So here's the thing. I look a mess. My edges, they're not on fleek. My wig is lopsided. It's a hot mess. Everything is wrong with this. I don't care. So I just got back from watching Beauty and the Beast. Guys, when I tell you, this movie gave me so much life. Like, I absolutely love this movie. So when I was younger, Beauty and the Beast was not really, it wasn't really my favorite movie. It was cool, like it was okay. It was just a part of that Disney collection, you know, little VHS stand over here with like all the VHS Disney tapes, like what is it, The Sword and the Stone, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, was it Fantasy? I can't remember, like the Fantasyland or whatever that movie was. It was not my favorite, but it was a cool movie to watch. So I thought it was gonna be really good, and it was something for me just to bring my kids to, because they don't even really like Beauty and the Beast the movie. They don't really watch too many of the old Disney Channel movies, like the ones that I love. They don't like them, whatever. They like this whole new school Disney Channel. I don't even know if it's still Disney Channel anymore because they have so much extra stuff going on, whatever. So I was like, you know what? It's a kids movie. Let me go ahead and take them to see it. Guys. This movie was everything. Like, you don't understand. From the characters, the cast was freaking perfect. When I saw the previews of this movie with Belle, I wasn't impressed. I'm not gonna lie. The character who played Belle, what's her name, Emma Watson or something like that, I think. When I saw the previews, I wasn't really impressed. I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, hello, this is Belle. Like, you need to come on with the come on. I wasn't really excited about it, but I would have to say, like, she did an amazing job. She is like the perfect Belle. I really honestly don't think there's anybody that's gonna play it that could have played it better. Love her. Now, the other characters, oh my gosh, like, they were cast perfectly. One of the guys who I felt was cast so perfectly was the guy who played LeFou. I think that's his name, right? Gaston's right-hand man or whatever. When I'm telling you guys, when I saw this character on screen, I was like, oh, perfect. Like, nobody. Oh my gosh. Like, this was absolutely ridiculous. I'm like, that is so him. Like, and I'm trying not to, like, you know, give away do any spoilers or anything like that, but the casting was amazing. The person who played Gaston, perfect to a T. The costumes, everything was so amazing. Even like the details of like Mrs. Potts and Chip and all the and all like the furniture and all that kind of stuff. The details on these things were amazing. Like, I don't know how long it took to do this movie, but I was so impressed. Okay, so the quality of the movie is great. The quality is phenomenal. Like, they took their time. I can tell a lot of money went into the production of this video, and it wasn't like half done. Like, they really came hard with it. Now, the reason why I'm sitting in front of you now, tonight at 1:30 in the morning, hype as I don't know what, is because of the mind frame that this movie put me in. Y'all, hold on, hold that thought. Okay, now, whew, y'all, this movie was so good to me. I don't think it was just because of the movie. The movie was great. Like, don't get me wrong, the movie was everything to me. But the reason why this movie was so amazing to me is because from the minute I sat down for the next 2 hours, I was not 29 going on 30. I was not living in the projects, okay? I was not trying to figure out what my life is gonna be 10 years from now. Like, I wasn't doing any of that, guys. For 2 hours while I was sitting in that theater, I promise you, I was 10 years old. Now, I think this movie originally came out in like 1991. I had to be like 4 or 5. I don't remember that far back as far as my childhood. I don't remember a lot of stuff. I don't even remember watching this movie then. I distinctly remember watching this movie when I honestly want to say I was like 11 or 12. I remember instead of me sitting in the theater, you know, with the 3D glasses and the big old surround sound chairs and all that kind of stuff, like, no. I remember sitting on the floor in my room with my brother, watching Beauty and the Beast on the little, you know, the big old heavy box TVs. Underneath the TV we had the Nintendo 64 with the Mario Kart and all that kind of stuff, like, and the Super Nintendo and the Duck Hunt, you know, little duck game. And oh my gosh, like, that's what I saw. So when I'm sitting in the theater, I'm literally remembering when I was sitting in my room as a kid watching this movie with my brother. It is so crazy, like, oh my gosh. And the thing is, the reason why it's so crazy is because, like, I remember, like, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to be an adult. Like, I can't wait to get out of this house. I can't wait to do this. You know, as a kid, you got your attitude, you got so much going on. Oh, life is so unfair, woe is me. And it's crazy because during this time, I remember being in school. And I remember my elementary school, my middle school, all of that. Like, I remember all of that, and it literally brought me back. So, you know what's funny? While I'm watching this movie for 2 hours, the scariest thing to me was not fearing that my son was gonna go outside and get shot, or I was gonna get a phone call saying that him and his friends or some friends were locked up, laid out in the middle of the street somewhere. That was not the scariest thing to me. At this time, when I'm watching this movie, back then, the scariest thing in the world was that bus ride home, knowing earlier that day I was in the principal's office and they called my aunt to tell her everything that I did in school, and I knew when I got home I was getting my butt toe up. That was the scariest thing in the world. Like the little pit, you know, the feeling in your stomach when you got the little bubble guts, because you like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get home. Is she gonna be there? Is she gonna tear my butt up? Or maybe she's not gonna be there. Oh my gosh. And then that was gonna be the worst, because then you didn't know when she was gonna get home. And then it was like, okay, I got all this time to try to figure out when she coming home. I'm scared. I just want to get it over with. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, that was the scariest thing to me back then. And it's so funny because it's like, what was that? You know, the world was not as jacked up when I was 11. You know what I'm saying? Gas was like, what? I could be wrong, but I think gas was like 99 cents or 98 cents or something like that. Like, that was freaking amazing. You know, like, the world is so messed up right now. Like, it is crazy. Like, what is going on? My idea of a crime back then was when you have to get your hair pressed, you know what I'm saying, for like school or for Easter or whatever, and then you have to hold your ear, sitting by the stove, you hold your ear, and then they like, when they you know, when you getting it combed, then they like burn your ear, and you be like, well, you shouldn't have moved. Like, that is a crime. Like, why do we need to get our hair pressed so much? Like, to me, I thought that was just like abuse. Like, that was disrespectful. That was disrespect. And now it's like, do you know what I would kill to have that be the worst thing happen to me? Or, you know, your little edges getting burnt by the little perm or whatever that you got on your hair. Like, I would kill for that to be the worst feeling to me. You know, it's like, now when you get older, you gotta deal with heartbreak, you gotta deal with betrayal, you find out who your real friends are. See, when you were younger, your friends were your friends, and the people who didn't like you, they told you they didn't like you. Like, you know, as kids, you don't care, I don't like you, you got cooties, or I like you, or let's hold hands, like stupid stuff like that. Like, everybody was so upfront with everything. Now it's like, nobody is genuine about anything. Like, there's so much that you have to be on the lookout for now that you didn't even have that problem back then. Do you know what I would kill? Like, I would kill to have people to tell me, I don't like you. I'm not your friend. I'm not gonna be your fake friend. I think you have cooties. I need a shot. What is it? What is the little circle, dot, dot, now I got my cootie shot. Come to me and tell me you don't like me. Like, I would kill for that. And see, back then, during this time when they had Beauty and the Beast, you had that. There were no problems, like there was no drama, because why would you need drama? Nobody was talking about you behind your back, because as little kids, we was ruthless. We didn't care whether you heard it or not. Like, that, it is what it is. For 2 hours, I was sitting on the floor, getting my hair combed by somebody else. I didn't have to worry about this. I didn't have to worry about going out and buying bundles or having to wash my hair and do all this other stuff, because somebody else did that for me. Even though at the time I was like, oh, I hate getting my hair done, because I have to get my hair done like every weekend. Hate getting my hair done, all this kind of stuff. But it's like, at that time, I was sitting on the floor, getting my hair, putting them little ugly pigtails, like the little 2 pigtails, and one of them's like up here off to the side, the other one's down here. It doesn't match, like whatever was going on. Like, that's what I was thinking about. You know, like when I didn't have bills, I wasn't trying to figure out like how I'm gonna pay, you know, how, you know, we're not trying to figure out how we're gonna pay rent next month. Like, none of that stuff. Like, all of our dreams, anything that we wanted to do was still a reality to all of us. Like, that's where I was. You know what I mean? And it's funny because the movie was awesome and I appreciated everything about it, but it was just like my whole mental was somewhere else. I was literally somewhere else. I was back. I was like a time traveler. Like, it's crazy. I adore this movie. It was everything. It was everything. And I love the production of this movie. For 2 hours, instead of me sitting in the theater, I was like outside pouting on the trampoline, because I had to stay outside until it was like dark when you got home from school. Remember that? Like, when you came home, you had to go outside and play. Like, you couldn't do anything else. You go outside and play until it's dark. And I'm just sitting out there like, yo, it's hot. Like, it's the middle of summer. Like, I'm burning. Like, can I come inside? No, take your butt back outside and play. Then, oh my goodness, I remember, you remember when you hated nap times? Like, nap time was the worst. It was the worst thing in the world. And see, to me, I was like, shoot, I'd rather go and take a nap than to sit out here and be outside all day. Like, I don't want to come out here and roll around in the ground and, you know, play with pine needles and stuff. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm over it. Can I come in? Like, there are no more rocks for me to pretend like I'm friends with. Like, my brother is getting on my nerves. It's hot. I'm sweaty. There's nobody else over here for me to play with other than some random kids who I didn't like, and we made that clear. For 2 hours, it was like the world was a great place again. Like, the deadliest thing to me was eating glue. Like, I thought I was gonna die from that. Like, that was horrible. Now it's like we gotta worry about wars breaking out and, you know, people killing each other, like your own family killing you for what? Petty stuff. Like, oh, you owe me $10, or you know, people killing their significant others, or they want to be significant others because what? Like, you throwing away your life because your girlfriend or your boyfriend cheated on you? Like, there's not 8 million other people that you can be with in the world. Like, life is just taken for granted now. It's crazy. And being here in this theater for 2 hours watching Beauty and the Beast and being a child again, like, people valued life. Like, people appreciated the little things. People communicated with each other. Like, everything was so different. Like, everything was so different. And now now the world is jacked up. Like, it is jacked up. And it's crazy. Like, how did we get here? How did we get here? Like, why can't we be in a Disney movie. Like, that would be, are you serious? Like, the Disney movie was real life at one point. Like, the Disney movies were actually real life scenarios. You know, mine is like the whole beast thing, but you get it. You know, beauty is only skin deep, whatever. Like, technically it's real life. It's kind of a real life thing, you know, but like, Disney movies were actually based on something that people got from real life situations. And it's like, how can we get back there? Like, how do we go back to that time when we were younger and we were worry free and crime wasn't the crime it is today, or, you know, hatred wasn't as harsh as it was today, and racism wasn't, well, we gonna leave that one alone. But, you know, it was just, things were a lot better. Things were better. And honestly, me, I'm a Cancer. I'm sensitive. I love the love. I love the romance and all that kind of stuff. It was good. It was cute. It wasn't too much. They weren't overdoing it. Like, it was good. But honestly, like, just by the end of the movie, you know, I had been feeling kind of down, because I'm like, you know, woe is me. Oh, I'm single. Ain't nobody gonna love me, whatever. But by the end of the movie, like, it really gave me it gave me hope again. But it's not because of Beauty and the Beast and they all fall in love, blah blah blah. No, it wasn't that. It's just that by the time the end of the movie rolled around, I was in such a peaceful mindset, and I was genuinely happy on the inside, to where it was like, you know what, I'm not gonna give up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna give up. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be like one of those, you know, freaking magic Prince Charming just comes and sweeps me on my feet. No, I don't expect that to happen. You know what? Why can't I? As a matter of fact, maybe I'll find me a prince. Marry me a prince. It can happen. Shoot, what happened to Belle? People thought she was weird because everybody think I'm weird. So I'll be weird. That's fine. I'll be like Belle, and I'll be in a Disney movie, and I'll find true love, and there will be no more crime in the world. Oh my. Guys, this movie was great. You have to watch it. Take your kids, you know, take your spouse. It's a great date movie, or at least to me. But you know, I like movies like this, so I don't know how you guys' relationships are out there, but I love it. Like, this is a great movie for any setting, honestly. For stuck-up people, it'll bring you down a notch. It'll loosen you up. Even if it's just for 2 hours, hey, 2 hours is something. This movie, perfect. Love it. Will always love it. I can't wait for it to come out to DVD. Like, I literally have to see it. And honestly, I'm probably gonna go watch it again sometime this week. Like, I love this movie. And I'm probably going to watch it anytime I feel sad. Like, this movie was just, it was everything I needed it to be. So, thank you. Guys, go check out the movie. Sorry for the little rant, but this is the best review I can do without giving any spoilers. The movie was awesome. Characters are awesome. Everything was beautiful. Mwah.